Oh,
I mean,
Yeah, I just feel like there's gonna be
It's
a lot
kinda
of Shanks
crazy.
players at RNS. I think the move is ST21 actually.
yeah,
Oh,
I fucks with it, dude. This deck is really
fuck.
good.
I think your hardest matchup for sure is Zoro. Not classic Zoro, Zuro. I think Zuro is your hardest matchup.
Zero is probably the hardest one for sure.
Oh,
Damn, bro's busting over there. Look at his face. Mm,
oh,
Oh,
Oh my
he's
god.
busting. God damn.
And cookies and
oh my
milk?
god. Croissant, donut, UCC milk tea.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Sounds like a bussin' combination. Anyways,
anyway.
welcome to Deck Swabbers.
Welcome to Deck Swabbers.
Oh,
Busting,
all right.
dude.
Nuts. Swap.
It has been a minute.
It has been a minute. It's been 4 weeks.
I think it's fine though.
Yeah.
This is we as
Got a lot
a
to talk
crew, as a team, as great friends. This isn't something we do for like money or anything like that. This is literally just we like to have fun and yap about One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I don't
But-
it's like sometimes we may upload differently. It happens all the time. We have lives, you know, shit happens. And we don't really like recording without like a member being there because it's like it makes it awkward.
Makes it a little
Like,
bit
I think-
We
awkward.
love each other.
Like I think maybe in the future, like if someone really can't make it and they want us to record anyways, like we could always get a fourth person as like a guest
Mm-hmm.
and then just like put them in the fourth like bubble.
Yeah,
Um,
that could be a
But-
thing.
I digress. It's been a while. We're glad to be back. We're glad to be recording again. Deck Swabbers. Mark is popping off over there.
I'm like,
Sorry.
Still busting.
Sorry.
He's still busting.
Dog.
I'm like
What is
looking up
happening?
and down, like, yeah, of course.
Yeah. What's happening?
Sorry, I'm rip dashing on the mic.
We have a lot to talk about
We
today.
do.
We have a lot to
We've
talk about.
been grinding.
So much has happened.
A lot. That's also why, like,
We've
we've
been
just
playing a
been
lot
like,
of games.
we've been busy grinding because we're getting prepped for Pasadena
Oh.
that happened last week for us,
Yes.
and 3 of us got to go here this weekend. It was Aaron, Richard, and myself. Mark couldn't go, unfortunately. He's busy with school. But hey, we all grind in different ways.
Vegas.
But Vegas, though, hey, Vegas is
Vegas.
gonna be so cool. But yeah, I think in general, when we were going there, Aaron was for sure playing, and then Richard and I were doing the lottery, and Richard ended up winning the lottery. I didn't, so I ended up doing side events. And I think how about we start with you, Aaron? How was your time at Pasadena?
Man, you know how everybody's been complaining about how diverse this meta is, bro? It's really not. Let me tell you something. I played 4 Shanks players, and they were back to back to back, pretty much. I played 3. No, I played 1, and then I played 2 back to back. Then I played. I forget what my round 6 was. I'll probably remember a little bit later, but my round 7 was a Shanks, and I was just like, "Mama, y'all call this diverse?" And my biggest gripe, like the matches were close every time too, and that's what like made it feel a little bit better, was just the fact that it's like I know I'm not playing the matchup wrong, and I know that my deck is capable of overcoming Shanks, just not when they rarely meet back to back while also having 2 up for Red Hawk.
Gosh.
So it's just
That shit's
like
tough.
they're removing. It's like you're removing a body, swinging at a body, and then whatever you don't remove with Rayleigh just dies to Red Hawk, and I'm just like, bro, this is rough.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, the regional experience was really good, and I cooked myself too because I didn't know what time deck submission was.
No.
So Friday rolls around. I'm driving to Richard's house so that we can all spend the night together, carpool, and play test a little bit. And I'm driving over there, and I'm like, When was I supposed to submit my list? I looked. I checked my phone real quick, and I was like, 7. Oh, wallahi, fucking round 1 loss. And I was like, maybe. I was like, hey, maybe not. Maybe they check in the morning and they're like, hey, fuck it, this guy's good. He's here. He paid. Whatever. Nah. Round 1 starts. I don't have an opponent.
Oh.
Oop. Cooked. But anyway, so if you, just a little in depth of my matches. Round 2, I played against Shanks. I just curved out super hard. I went first, curved out super hard. He didn't see back to back rallies. He's the only Shanks player I played against that didn't back to back rally me. Round 2, I played against Bonnie. Diabolical game. Like, I don't know how the Bonnie player was supposed to win. I played 5-drop Smoker on 5, and then on turn 7, I played double rush, 5-drop rush Luffy. So I swung 3 7s at him in 1 turn.
Oh my god.
And then he took most of the hits, played out Kid, or he played out a Kid on 10 Dawn eventually when we got there, and then I just like mole pistol killed the Kid. And he played another Kid, and I mole pistoled that one too. And I was just like, I don't think you're supposed to win that one, brother. I'm sorry. Round 3 was the beginning of the end, essentially, where it's just like I'm playing against. Shout out Cold Hands CCG, Raymond Lee, great player, hella chill dude. But he did back-to-back railing me into double Red Hawk, so that was unfortunate. And then that was my round 4. Round 5, I played against another. It was another Shanks. That one, he back-to-back rallied me, had Red Hawk. I also didn't test his gangsta by trying to kill a Marco. I just wanted to. I was like, if I kill this thing with mole pistol and he brings it back, I'm cooked, right? Like, that's like a wasted turn.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't test his gangsta, and I should have. I should have just removed his board basically and just hoped that he couldn't like stabilize. Because I had the same thing. Went first, 5-drop Smoker, double 5-drop Luffy. So I should have just put him on Habit, but that's a misplay. Round 6, I played against Blackbeard. I was playing a very aggro version of Smoker, Red Green Smoker. I don't know if you can't tell. It was like actually like a Straw Hat build that played the ST21 Zoro, the 5-drop Luffy from that starter, and because like I just wanted a deck that's like good into what people think is good in this meta, and not necessarily like the decks, but the play style, right? Like people, a lot of people want to play aggro, and I'm like, I think I do it better. Like I think my deck does it better. But I played against only control Shanks matchups, so I was like, I will never know now. Guess we'll never know. And then round 7, I played against the 4th Shanks of the day, and I was just like, bro,
I'm done.
this is when I dropped because like, bro, okay, I play Beckman to clear his blocker, and then I swung at life. He gets a mole pistol trig, and then he kills my Beckman. He goes, well, that makes it easy. And I was like, yep, pretty easy. I was like, whatever. I just shut up from there. I was like, all right, we not talking no more. But then it was like the entire time after that, he could tell that bothered me, and he just like kept going. He just like kept it going. Back-to-back Rayleighs, and he's just like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. He's just saying, I forgot. It don't keep me up at night. That's why I don't even remember what he said. But I was just like, all right, bro. Yeah, you know we're playing a card game. You can settle down. But I was just like, whatever, dude. Back-to-back really beats most decks. I hope you know that. Anyways,
Yeah.
I'll shake your hand, and then I dropped after that. It was a rough regional experience in terms of like the games themselves, but overall, like most of the people I played against were pretty good. Like that Bonnie player where I played double mole pistol on him, he was like, hey man, you just had it. It was a good game. And I was like, respectable.
That's
you know?
good. Should have more respect in our games. Not just be like,
Yeah.
well, that's easy now.
Well, I guess that makes it easy. And I was like,
oh, you're
You
fucking
think?
cooked, bro.
Oh, where's respect when you hit the Capone in Last Life, though? Yeah, actually, I knew that from the start.
I swung with my leader, looked at it, and I put it
guess it's
straight
just
to the
like,
bottom.
I guess it was meant for me to win. Like,
Yeah,
like,
I
should've
don't
put her
know.
in the
Like,
trade.
For the most part, like the One Piece community is cool, so I'd rather not dwell on that. But at the same time, it was very like it's the first time in a while where I've experienced that. Minus I saw the leader and I thought that shit was free. The leaders came out and that shit was free.
God. Well,
It's been a while. It's been a while since
Yeah.
something like that's happened. So it's like it doesn't happen often, and that, I'm thankful
Yeah.
for that. And a lot of people ask me too about regionals experience. What should they go with like the expectations of? And I'm like, go to learn, go to meet people. You know,
Have
Yeah.
fun.
like I'm like even if you're not in the event, play inside events. You'll meet people. Like most people are hella chill.
hella chill.
And it's like it's always worth it. $20, you get entry packs, potential to win a big prize.
Dude, last year, like at a side event, I got to meet Cac someone from the community, and he remembers me from that side event every time. Like I see him at the major events, like, oh, you're that guy. I'm like, oh, dude, what's up, man? And we just like talk for a little bit. So it's
Hell
cool.
yeah.
It's cool. Like you get to meet cool people at side events and stuff, or just in regionals in general. It's a cool experience.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, Richard, you're the only other person who also played, and you didn't meet 4 Shanks, but you met 4 of another thing, though.
I met 4 Ploofies, dude. So, I had not played a ton of Ploofy this format, but it's the same deck. It's like the same exact deck that it has been. The only difference is that I added in 2 Gamma Knives, and then I like changed like the ratio of Big Mom and 9-drop Luffy. Before I was on 3 Big Mom and 2 9-drop Luffy, and then I changed it to be 3 9-drop Luffy and 2 Big Mom. And then I took out like some like cards that just didn't feel as needed right now for the Gamma Knives, just because Gamma Knife's really good against Kid right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also good in like the War of Attrition, in like some matchups. Round 1, I played against a Ploofy Mirror. Nah, dog. Lost the die roll. My opponent curved out like as hard as he possibly could. Like Zorojuro on his first turn, he searched out Luffy Taro with it, and then the turn after that, he Luffy Taroed into a Sangoro, and I was just like, dude, I think I'm cooked. I was just like, I think I'm cooked, because I played a Luffy Taro. I didn't have a Sanji. I probably would have played a Sanji if I had it. I feel like that's better. So on my 5-Don turn, when I ramp into the 5-Don turn, I had a Kid, which is really, really nice. But I didn't have a Sanji in my hand, which I like to see in that matchup, because then I can milk them for cards on the Sangoro. I like to just play the Sanji -1, get the Don back, and then go like 6 at Sangoro with leader, like 8 at it with the, or I think it might be, no. So I typically, I'm a fucking demon. I'll ramp again. Typically the 5-drop Kid is so that you don't have to ramp a second time, and I'm like, no, I'll ramp again. So I'll ramp to 8. 7 -1, get the Don back, so I have 2 Don. So I can go 6 at the Sangoro, and then they'll typically counter, and then I'll go 8 at the Sangoro, and then they'll give me a 2 and a 1 or something, and I'll be like, hey, you forgot about Kid. 6? Would you like to give me the 4th card?
Very good.
But I didn't see Sanji, so I just 7-drop Luffy Taro into a Zorojuro, because I had a Zorojuro in hand, and he was definitely gonna swing all out at me that next turn. So I just like pushed his life, and he went down to 1. He went down to 1 life, and it goes to his turn where he has to ramp to 9 if he wants to play a 9-drop body, and he does. He ramps, or he's at 2 now. Mm-hmm. He ramps and he goes to 1, and he plays a 9-drop Luffy, and I'm like, okay, I don't die this turn, but I am dead next turn. Like, there's no way. There's no way I live through 6K body, 6K body, 8K body, and 10K body, or 11 or whatever, and his leader. I'm like, there's no way. So I'm like, he's tapped out. I still have he passes to me, he puts me to, I don't know, I think I went to 0. I think I went to 0, I don't remember. But I didn't Gum Gum Giant or anything, and I had my own 9-drop Luffy in my hand. And I was just like, he has no blocks. He's down to, he has like, I don't know how many cards in hand. A lot. I think he had like 7 or 8 cards in his hand.
That's so...
And I was like,
and he already countered
I was
out
like,
of the
look.
previous like swings to his Songoro, right? Or is this
no, this was a different game.
Oh, okay,
This is
okay,
a different
okay.
game. This is a different game. This is a different game. This game I like didn't swing at board at all. I just went life because I knew I was gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
If I once he played that 9-drop Luffy, I was like, oh, it's over for me the turn after this if I don't kill him. Because
Right.
he can just play Usohachi and rest my blocker, and I'm dead anyways. He put me to 0. I go to 10 Dawn. I play 9-drop Luffy Taro, or the 9-drop Luffy. I -1. I get it back, so I have 2 extra Dawn, and I have Luffy Taro, Zoro Juro, Kid blocker, because for the very last swing when he swung at life, I blocked with the Kid and then countered out. I countered out from hand or whatever. And he still had like 8 cards in hand, and I'm like, dude, he's at 1. I'm just going to see if I can do it. I do not attach anything to the 9-drop Luffy, and I just raw swing it at life. He takes it. And I'm like, I mean, if he took this, maybe I got it. You know what I mean? I still got 2 Dawn up. I have my leader. I have Luffy. I have Luffy Taro, which could be a 9K swing. I have Kid. And I have another 6K body. I'm like, this could be it.
So like
Luffy runs a lot of bricks.
Yeah.
He has no Donna.
The math here is
no
that one card from 5K swing, at least 1 to 2 cards from 6K, 2 cards from the 7K, and then 3 more cards from the Luffy Taro.
9K.
Yeah,
Yep.
so 7 cards total, right, to survive.
Yep. I swing the 9 right away to get as many cards out of his hand as possible. He gives me 2 2Ks and a 1K. And I'm like, okay. He had that. Now he has 4. Now he has like 4 or 5 cards left. I think he has like 5. I think he has like 4 or 5 cards. Oh, did I freeze for a second?
For a little,
You
moment,
did.
yeah.
Yeah, you're good now. You're
You're
good.
good.
Okay, but I'm good though. Anyways,
What you tuck though? What
so
you tuck though?
he has what you took though. So he has 4 or 5 cards left, and I go, okay, 6. He gives me a 2K. I go 7, 2 and a 1, and I'm like, oh no. And I go 5, and he has it, and I'm like, you're telling me. And then he had the audacity to show me the last card in his hand, and it was another 1K.
Aww.
And I was like, dog, you're telling me the only bricks you found that entire game are the ones that you played. That's actually insane.
Wait, yeah,
To have 0 non-counter in your hand is actually ridiculous. Like it was astronomical, like levels of like fucking craziness. I was like, wow, the fact that you have actually 0 bricks in hand is kind of crazy.
Would it happen better if you actually did the reverse orders? Because he went from highest to lowest, right? When
he needed him to take that life though,
Uh-huh.
to guarantee.
I needed him to take it. I needed him to take it right away. Because it's still 7 fucking cards.
It is.
It's
7
still
out of
7
8.
cards. 7 out of 8 cards. Like, the odds are with me. The odds are with me in that scenario when he takes the 10.
But it turns
or
out they were
whatever.
against you the whole time because motherfucker still had another 1.
Yeah. I'm like, the odds
That's
of that
cursed.
happening are, like, not... It's crazy. And the fact that he had the exact amount of 2Ks he needed.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
that's
with no
crazy.
Dawn up.
That is crazy.
With no Dawn up. No Dawn up. I was just like, all right, bro. Like, as soon as he countered the last counter, I was just like, you got it. I was just like, there's no winning in this scenario for me, so you got it, bro. Yeah, no, I don't know. I lost that first game. It was pretty rough. I wasn't like too taken aback by it though, because I was like, look, I lost the die roll. He fucking went crazy, and his luck just happened to be so insane that he had all counter in his hand.
Yeah.
Game 2, I played against Shanks, and I played against Nikki Goldman. I actually played against Nikki Goldman.
As hell.
After the game, pretty chill guy. We talked for like a little bit. I just told him I was a big fan. I was just like, big fan. Big fan. But it was a good game. He played Shanks. It like ended up kind of getting to like this war attrition eventually because he like we just kind of went back and forth. I don't remember. I think I lost my die roll. I think I might have lost my die roll. I'm not 100% certain. I don't remember. Yeah, I'm not 100% certain. I might have won that die roll. Either way, like it was. Actually, no, I don't think I won the die roll. He did that. He did that. No, yeah, I might have lost die roll. But it kind of didn't matter because we both played very well. He curved out like pretty decently, and he like Beckman to trash one of my 6K bodies, and then he rayleighed the turn after and like blew up like another. He rayleighed after I had Luffy Taro with like Zorojuro. Yeah, okay. That's the thought process that tells me that I didn't go first. Because he wouldn't be able to rayleigh the turn after I Luffy Taro Sangoro normally. I think I had to like drop 5-drop kid or something and then like do something else. But I Luffy Taro Sangoro and then he hits me with rayleigh and I'm like, that's pretty good. He pops my 6K body and then makes Luffy into a 5K, and I'm like, that's a little annoying because like now I have to deal with like this scenario where I have a smaller body. He popped one of my other bodies. I think I kind of like thought about my play after that like quite a lot because I think he played. I don't remember what he played. I think I might have played like a 9-drop Luffy or something and just like said, fuck it, go face. He went afterwards and I don't remember what he did, but he rested. He still had the Beckman or he still had like the Beckman and something else or something like that. Or I might have already killed the Beckman. God, I can't remember like half of this.
It's been a while.
Dude.
It's been a few days.
Yeah,
it's a lot of games.
It's been a minute. It was a lot of games. But either way, at some point, he had 2 larger bodies on board. Oh, he had a Beckman and he had the Rayleigh, but they were both tapped. And I like swung like 6, I want to say like 5 at life to see if he would just give me leader ability, and he did. And I was like, oh, cool, he gave me leader ability. So I gamma knifed his Rayleigh and then killed it, and then I still had like a 9-mom on board or something, and then I swung the 9-mom into his Beckman, and I just like cleared his board. His board was just empty.
It's pretty good.
Damn.
And then
his board was
second
empty.
Rayleigh.
Nah, he didn't have a second Rayleigh from there. I don't remember. I think that turn I left 2 Dawn up for
Gum
like
Giant.
double Gum Giant. I left 2 Dawn up for double Gum Giant because I was at 0. I was at 0 life. And I was like, look, he has no board. He has like 3 life still. I think it was like 2 or 3 life. And I was like, no board, 2 or 3 life. I have to stabilize. I have to create this board with a bunch of bodies. He's gonna try to go for game, right? Like, I'm at 0. He's got to try, right? He's got to get as much counter out of my head as possible. And if he swings at a body, I'm just going to counter. Anyways. So it's like, and that'd be less counter because all my bodies are like above 6K. Because I had like 2 6Ks and then like a 9K and a like 10, 11 or whatever. He swung like 5 at lead, and then he swung double 7 with 2 5-drop Luffy's, the new one.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it wasn't a bad play because I only had so many cards in hand. So he knew he could force out like at least one Gum Gum Giant out of my hand. I did have like a lot of counter in my hand outside of the Gum Gum Giants though, so I was able to like off the 5 I gave him a 1, and then off the 7, the first 7 I just gave him 2 2Ks. And then on the very last swing I just gave him a Gum Gum Giant. The turn after that, I killed him because he was at like 2 or 3 life or something, and I just swung good numbers. I just swung all good numbers, and I ended up killing him. It was a really close game though. He put me to 0, and that shit was scary as fuck. I was like worried, but you know, Gum Gum Giant broken. So
He said, and I was worried.
hey man, he put me to 0. This shit was scary. Because if I didn't kill him that turn afterwards, I was dead for sure.
Yeah, obviously.
Absolutely.
Game 3
played out of your mind.
I think game 3, I don't remember if this was another freaking Ploofy mirror or if this was something else.
Because I think this came up to us like another fucking Ploofy mirror, I think.
Yeah, this might have been another Ploofy mirror. I don't remember if I went X2 that early though. It might have been that early though.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. All I know is I think I lost to Ploofy there, and it was another mirror, another opponent that beat me in the die roll.
And they high rolled as well too, right?
This game had me like reeling my brain because on my 5-Don turn I played Kid, and then on the turn after that, I like played a Sanji and milked his hand for cards. He went down to like 3 or 2 cards in hand, but it was really funny because that was the play that I made that I said where I swung 6 into it, and then he gave me a 1K, and then I swung 8 into it, and he gave me a 2 and a 1, and then I guess he didn't expect me to swing with Kid, so I swung with Kid into it and it died, and I was like, oh. I was like, oh, that's awesome. I was like, I didn't think it died.
Amazing.
Yeah, I was like, amazing.
Sensational.
But that was nice. The problem with that game is I never found anything. I never found a high drop. And by the time I finally played a Luffy Taro that game, it was like on my 8 or 9 Don turn or something. And I played nothing off of it. I had nothing to play off of it. And I never found Zorojuros. Zorojuros, they were all at the bottom of the deck. And like, we were just straight up playing a War of Attrition where we were just trading boards. We were just trading boards over and over again. But he ended up finding like a 9 mom, and then he found like 2. He like double Zorojuro'd. He like played a Zorojuro and then played another one off of it and then searched for Gum Gum Giant, and I was like, okay, dude. I was like, you've got it. Your board is too wide for me now, and I have like 1 body on board every turn. It was unfortunate. I just couldn't find any top end, and I couldn't swarm the board because I couldn't find like Zorojuro into something else. It really sucked. I felt really bad because I felt like that was the first going second game in a while where I felt like it could have made a difference that I like cleared a lot of his hand and then he didn't get to keep the Sango, but it just didn't matter because I couldn't find top end, and his bodies were bigger and traded really well into mine. Like swinging a 9 into a 6, I'm just losing the body every time.
Yeah. You know why I remember this game too is because afterwards, or after my game, Cheyenne was like, Richard needs a friend, and I was like,
oh.
I was like, I'm in there.
I think Adrian and I were lining up to play a side event.
Yeah, you guys were probably lining up to play side event after this.
And I was like, it's okay, I took the L2.
round 4, I think I played against the buggy player.
Buggy da.
Like,
You invoke
oh
his
god,
name.
did it freeze?
He smites you
For a
now.
second.
Buggy player, he was like not newer to the game, but this was his like first regional. He was like, this is the first time I've come to a regional. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. Not for me, but like, I was like, that's really cool. And then I just thought it was really cool because I was like, how are you liking it so far? He was like, I'm having fun. And I was like, that's really cool, man. Blah, 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 blah. And we had a nice conversation. But we talked. It was really nice. I won that game.
And you proceeded to shoot him 57 times.
Yeah, I milked his hand
Such a
like
fucking
really,
guy.
really hard. I milked his hand really hard. I cleared his board like on multiple occasions.
You heard it here first,
because
folks. He likes to milk new players.
I do like to milk people.
I like milk.
But hey yo. But no, that game was great. It was very. We had a fun time just exchanging, like just talking with each other, even during the game.
Mm-hmm.
He was a very chill guy. He says he plays Pokemon as well, and I was like, oh, me too. And we just kind of talked about what we play in Pokemon. So it was a nice time to just kind of chat. Like, I won that game. I think the next game after that was another freaking Ploofy mirror.
Richard, for the
It's a week
sake of not talking about Ploofy mirrors for another 10 minutes.
Well, I'm gonna do this one's self-explanatory. I won the die roll and I whooped his ass.
Mm-hmm. As it is with Ploofy mirrors.
Yeah, as it is with Ploofy mirrors. And what was that? Was that round 6? That would be
Yeah.
round 5 or 6. Round 5 or 6.
Round 5, I think. Maybe perhaps 6.
And then I don't remember what I played against round 6. I don't remember if it's round 6 or round 7 that I dropped. It might have been round 6 or 7.
It was round
I remember,
7 because I played my last game.
yeah,
And
it had to
you're
be.
like-
It had to be
Yeah.
round 7. I don't remember what I played against round 6. Round 7, another Ploofy mirror. I lost the die roll again.
Self-explanatory.
Uh,
I got my ass beat.
yes.
No, just kidding.
Should have just shook his hand when he
Self-explanatory.
lost the die roll, you know?
Yeah, self-explanatory. I lost the die roll. He curved out insane. I like. Oh, it was this game. I mulliganed my hand because it was mid, and then I drew my hand, and it was 5 2K counters.
I remember this one that day.
It was 5 2K counters, and he starts swinging at me pretty hard because he's curving out, and I give him 3 of the exact same character 2K counter, and he says, "Interesting." And I just hit him with,
Interesting.
bro, I'm so dead at that point. I'm just like, yeah, isn't it?
Oh, shit.
Bro, I was so done with Ploofy mirrors at that point. I was just like, yeah, it's crazy, huh?
Goddamn.
That game was so fucked, dude. Like, I drew 5 2Ks. On my 5 Dawn turn, going second, I played a fucking Kamazo, dude. I was so cooked. I was so cooked. I was done. That game was a wash. He just like destroyed my ass. I was just like, yeah, man, good game. And I was like, I'm gonna drop now.
You dropped, and then
I
we did
did.
a side event together.
Yeah. X3 after round 7, and I was just like, whatever. And then I went to go play in side events. Very first side event, I decided to play ST21 Luffy.
Infinitely
My
more fun.
first game, yeah, it was more fun. It was more fun. My first game was like really unfortunate. I played against Smoker, and he found 3 igloos without searching for them. He found 3 of the igloo counter event, and every turn he untapped 2 and then left the 2 untapped. And I was like, oh, another igloo, huh? And that's really rough for that deck because, like, the whole point of that deck is that, like, you want to be swinging with multiple, like, you want to be swinging with your leader and, like, a different body. And then he'll, like, minus the body and then, like, or he'll minus your leader and then like plus his leader, and then you're like, what am I supposed to do?
Hell's Judgment, baby, without minusing Dawn. We like that.
And then he like had 8-drop Kid, and like he had 2 blockers on board, and like there was not really much I could do. And bro, I even I mole pistoled his 8-drop Kid, and it was a what 3K or 2K? It was a
3K.
I think it's a 3K.
It's a 3K.
-5.
It was a 3K, and he still went, Baccarat effect, and then count, and then he was like, oh, okay, Igloo, and then he was like, okay, double blocker, and I was like, all right, bro, you got it. The turn after that, he was like, all right, bro, I'm gonna close it out for you, Hody Jones. I was like, yeah, bro, you got it. But that game was hella cooked. The second game I played against Uta.
Again, you invoked the gods' names. Alright, played against
And it
Uta.
was like film alts. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Damn.
You cut off for a little bit.
He's back,
Anyways,
he's back.
my ship freezes sometimes.
Alright. Do you mind if I start talking a little bit?
Yeah. I was just gonna say the Uta game was whatever. I lost. I dropped after that.
That's right, yeah, you dropped after the third match.
Yeah, because you hopped in another.
No, I dropped
side
after
event.
the second one. I
Was
dropped
it?
after the second one.
Oh,
Yeah.
perhaps.
Yeah, I dropped after the second one because I was like, 2 wins is not worth it, right? Because it's only 5
Yeah.
tickets. And
Yeah.
then I went to another event and I bricked like twice with Usopp, and then I only got 2 wins anyways.
Go.
Alright. So
It's fine, dude. I had a fun weekend.
Yeah.
We're having fun.
I went, yeah, like I mentioned earlier, yeah, I didn't get to play in the main event, but I did side events, and I played Lucci for both of them.
He was cooking.
I honestly wish I could have played in the main event, dude, because overall, across 8 matches, right,
Would have cooked.
I went 7-1.
Dang.
My first side event, the 64-man, it was Blackbeard round 1, Shanks, RP Luffy, and then Shanks. None of these matchups that I'm supposed to win that are not great on paper and also in testing have not been great for me. But I was testing out a new list on Pasadena Day, and like, gosh, it works so far greater than anything else right now. Like, I'm really happy with it. The Blackbeard player that I played against, he was like, dude, how did I lose to Oluchi, man? Like, and it was based on his own misplays too, because like he kept doing leader ability and we had like 2 cards in hand, and I'm like, all right, you got no cards, so 5 at lead. You're gonna give
like,
me your
one
last
of those
card?
has to be a 10 drop.
No, I knew which ones were 10 drops because he will search them.
So he was just cooked.
Yeah, he was just cooked. And then the other one was a Shanks player. And again, I just managed to clear all his big bodies as Lucci, the new list cooks. Then RP Luffy, it was the funniest thing. I had both Uta and Laboon set up. And he plays like 7-drop Kid. I'm like, okay, cool. Rest, -6 total. Play Brook, -1 KO.
Oh,
And then-
my.
Pass because they didn't have enough Dawn to swing into lead.
Swing.
Yeah.
And then he plays another 7-drop. I'm like, okay. Oh, he plays 7-drop, swings 8 into my Laboon, and I'm like, 2-2Ks. And that's the only time he swings into my Laboon at all. So I go, okay, rest, swing 7 with Brook, and then swing with lead. And then he plays a 9-drop Whitebeard. He swings at my life. I'm like, sure, I'll take. Okay. Rest. Tempest, Brook. Like, he did not have a board. And I could see that he was mad because, like, he was tilted as fuck. But I'm like, bro, you're not swinging it. You swung into my Brook once. I can't have 2-2Ks every single time. So, and then the last match in that one was against my buddy Adrian. And we decided to shake on it because we all drove up to Pasadena. And we're like, let's just split the tickets, right? It'll be for fun game, for bragging rights. And I did get to beat him. And in testing a lot, like I played against his Shanks so much, and I was losing so many times. And finally, it's like, oh yes, I beat Shanks again.
Not gonna lie, part of that too though is me telling him not to make dumb playthrough in our testing. Part of it, I'm like, Adrian, why the actual fuck?
Part of
would
it's
you make
actually
that
like a
play?
2v1.
Yeah, it's basically 2v. Hey, but it worked out because at the end of the day, you're like, all right, I've played this matchup at its absolute worst, and I know how to play around that or how to capitalize on the fact that they don't have like best case scenario for them and worst case scenario for me. So it's a good thing, but at the same time, I hate Lucci so goddamn much. Oh, I hate that fucking guy.
Like I said, we're the cockroaches of the TCG of One Piece right now, dude.
I love playing Black
Lucci never dies.
I love it.
Dude.
I played
That's why
10 different variations of
Would-
Lucci this week.
The
why-
past 2 weeks has just been like different variations of Lucci, dude. It's insane.
I swear I've
all you
sleeved
can
the
do,
deck
Lucci.
and swapped it at least like 5 times, and then I'm like, nah, I don't like this list. Nah, I like this list. Nah, I like this list. I don't like this
10
list.
drop Kuzan or no 10 drop Kuzan? Oh
I
shit.
think 10
Let me buy this article from Cross AI. He has a Lucci list. Let me see. Yeah, dude, I was like wilding with Lucci lists, dude. Leading up to
Cross AI is
Pasadena.
dope.
Yeah, really is. I feel like I learned so much just on reasonings and such in his articles. What else? The second 64 man. So they stopped at 64 mans at 4 rounds. And so the second one, I lost my first round and then won out the rest. I only lost to a Shanks, and then I played against Usopp, Floofy, and then I forget the last matchup. I can pull it up here, but the Shanks, the only reason why I lost, and it was so fucking like, what could you do? He just had it. He played normal Art Rayleigh, I clear it. He plays alternate Art Rayleigh, I clear it. Then he plays manga Rayleigh, I clear it. But at that point, like, my hand size is like getting too small. So then he only has Uta and leader, and I have a blocker. He lime juices my blocker, swings 7 with Uta. I only have 1 card in hand, and it's a 2k. I'm like, I need a 1k because the last swing's gonna be 7k. I take it. Last card in life, Kuzan. So then I proceed to lose. The only game that I lost came down to a 1k counter difference. Like, I'm still pretty happy with that. You know?
Yeah, good ass game. Good ass game.
Yeah, still a good ass game. Everything else, again, Ploofy player, I did the DJ set on him, and then yeah. Oh yeah,
So y'all ever?
yeah. The last round was against Zoro, and he was saying like, yeah, man, it's already over. Even like, doesn't matter pre-ban, post-ban, whatever. Like, this matchup was already over. And I'm like,
That's how losers think. I would have won that shit.
that's how
for
losers
real.
things. Anyways, I won the die roll. I'm going first. Oh, you left 2 Dawn up? I'm not going to swing. Go ahead. And he taps out afterwards. I'm like, hey, I played around your shut up and come with us. So, and he did have 2 shut up and come with us. So I probably would have lost if I swung into him from that.
That's what
But
I'm
yeah.
saying. I'm different. I would have won that. Just kidding. I would have made you swing at me. I mean, like 7 at lead,
No.
still leave 2 up.
But yeah.
Go ahead.
It's it was a fun event for me overall, and felt really rewarding to play Lucci and just have it like still be a good deck and doing good. I like I said, I feel like if I played main event, I would have done like maybe similarly. It's too much of an ask, but it's like, you know, 7-1 with a diverse lineup of matchups. Like, yeah, that feels pretty good. And most of them was like Lucci. I mean, Shanks.
Yeah, a highly represented deck in the meta right now because of its ability to just play shit on curve and win.
Yeah.
Very simple deck.
Pretty bullshit.
Very strong leader.
If you ask me. But, you know, I do want to get to something that they introduced in regionals now. So before the events, it's like, oh, win a pudding, win a sabo, whatever, right? Now they do ticket prize walls, which, on paper, fantastic idea. I love it. It makes it so that you don't get completely crapped out on, you know, paying $30 for a side event, playing like 5 out of 6 rounds, and then you lose on the 6th round, so you don't get shit. I think it's a great idea to be able to accumulate tickets and to get stuff on the prize wall. There is some issues in execution, though. So overall, in the whole event, I only got to do 2 side events, 2 64-mans.
Yeah.
And the maximum amount of tickets that you can get for winning 4 rounds, you only get it for winning 4 rounds, is 30 tickets. Now, 30 tickets doesn't get you anything of the bigger prize items, but it gets you 10 tickets give you like a Dawn pack, like Straw Hat Dawn or Black Gold Dawn, or like sleeves, participation packs, etc. But the bigger ticket items start at 60 tickets. And they had the regional Nami, regional Zoro. Well, the regional Zoro was for 90 tickets.
Oh, right. What was the 61? Pudding?
Pudding, yes.
They also had Sangoro there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Sangoro.
It was Sangoro, Pudding, and Nami for the 60 tickets.
Yep.
And then 90 tickets was the Zoro, the 3-drop Zoro. And it's like, oh shit, like, we gotta grind out, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, over the course of the event, I only got to the 2 events, and I still won 7 rounds out of the 8. It was not even enough to... It was barely halfway there to get 60 tickets. Not even halfway to get the Zoro.
Yeah.
And then, even so, right, throughout the day, like, I played my last side event, and then they're like, oh, we're out of the Straw Hat Dawn packs, the Black Gold Dawn, we're out of, like, the top prizing, and we're out of, like, the regional cards as well. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, when are you actually supposed to be able to get these big ticket prizes? And obviously it comes with the issue that, well, people, and we saw it, like, they were doing it right in front of the desk, too, that they were just buying and selling their tickets from side events.
Yep.
And so people who are actually trying to get these legit, you know, they're not going to be able to, because people are doing the pay to win and just buying the tickets and, you know, getting the big ticket pricing.
They're not even joining side events. They're
Mm-hmm.
straight up just watching people who are like around the prize wall area and waiting for them to collect their tickets, and then they're walking up to them and seeing how many they got, and then like asking them like how much they'd be willing to sell them for.
Biddy.
Because realistically, if they buy 90 tickets at like, I don't know, like $3 a piece or something, it's like, or $4 a piece, it's like they're gonna make money off of like the Zoro, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, because it's like, if you buy 90 tickets at $4, that's $360, and then the Zoro's like $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you just profit, right?
Exactly.
Like, you just go around and tell people, hey, I'll give you $4 for your tickets, like all of them. How many you got? I'll just buy them all. Some people will even sell them for less because they don't care. You know?
Yeah, they're like, as long as I make my money back off the side, basically, or make a little profit off of it.
Yeah,
like
that's their thought process. Like, if I got like 3 tickets from a side event and like somebody bought them for like 5 each, I'd be like, cool. Or if I won like 12 tickets or something, and like somebody wanted to buy them for 4 each, bro, I just profited. I only spent like 20 to get into the side event.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I played
like,
in the second 64-man with Panda. I also went X1, and we're getting up there, and he's telling Panda like what prizes are left. I didn't even let him finish talking. I go, Panda, take my fucking tickets. I don't want this shit.
Yeah, it was a little
like
infuriating to like not be able to actually get what I was looking forward to, because I'm trying to collect 10 Brook Dawn, and it's like, dude, like not even getting a black gold.
They don't carry over either.
Yeah, they don't carry over.
They don't carry over.
They don't carry over, and
I was like, oh, I'll just save it then, and then it's like, oh, it doesn't work for Vegas. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Someone take my shit.
Yeah, so
I didn't want to sell it. I was like, this is like,
No,
this feels bad.
it just feels bad to sell it. Like, hey, I work for these tickets, man. I'm gonna get a prizing of some sorts, but you know, I really wish I could have gotten the one that I wanted. You know.
Yeah.
It's just
And you got consolation prizes for going X1, which is a good record.
I'm not even like I won X and O, and I did it. I
Oh,
still
yeah,
got like
yeah.
consolation prizes, you know.
Exactly. Yeah, it's annoying, but I mean, like in theory, it's really good because like nobody wants to walk away with nothing after trying their best to win an event
Mhm.
that's only gonna be 4 rounds. You know what I mean? But I
Mhm.
do think that if you're gonna do 4 rounds, smaller pods is probably the way to go. That way you could just fire off more, because that's what they're doing anyways. Essentially, is that it's a 64-man tournament, but it's 4 separate pods of 16,
Yeah.
and they're only doing
Yeah.
the 64 people just so they could be like, do we have enough to run like 16 pods basically?
Mhm.
And it's like
Yeah.
just say it's a 16 then, and just have one winner.
Yeah.
Give them more tickets
There was
or
also
less.
they were doing the 8-man
Less.
pods, and they did like a lot of those. But it's like we did the math on
Oh yeah,
that.
they ran a ton of those
Yeah,
throughout the
It
day,
was
but the
not it.
math
The
is
math on it was
horrible.
not.
the math on that is ridiculous, dude. Like if you wanted to try and get the Zora just off of only 8-man pods, like you had to
You have to play
win.
12.
You had to win 12 events basically, and that's 30 or no, 12 times 3. That's 36
It's
36.
rounds.
36. You
Yeah.
have to win 36 rounds in a row. When at a regular regional, you win 9 to 10 or 11 games in a row,
A
and you
quarter of
get
the games.
Yeah.
and you win thousands of dollars in prizing.
It's just
And for that, you would have to spend what?
$30.
Each entry is like $20 for the 8-mans.
for the 8-man. Yeah.
Yeah, so you would be spending $240 to get one
Ridiculous.
$900 card or a
Mhm.
$1,000 card.
It doesn't make any sense.
But also the mentality of
doesn't
having to play
compute.
36 fucking games, dude. Like, oh hell no.
Yeah, the 8-man pods for 3 round, like the disparity between 3 rounds versus 4 rounds is ginormous. It's like you
Mhm.
get 30 tickets for winning 4 rounds, and you get, what is it,
8.
12 or
You got 8
You get-
tickets for winning 3 rounds in the 8-mans.
that doesn't make any sense.
Somebody was telling me, somebody was talking to me, and they were telling me that Yu-Gi-Oh, they've had prize walls for quite some time, and I always
Yeah.
liked that. I always liked prize walls. Yes, they had the same issue for quite some time with
Buying
people
tickets.
purchasing tickets. That would happen at like every regionals that I went to
Mhm.
when I still used to go. By the way, I only ever went for like Edison events. This was like only a couple years ago. I would just go for Edison events. I had a lot of fun. The prize walls are cool. But I think at some point they stopped doing tickets, and like apparently they started doing tickets, but like digitally. I
Mhm.
have not gone to a Yu-Gi-Oh event, so like take my words with a grain of salt. Somebody told me personally, they told me that apparently now at Yu-Gi-Oh events they have it digitally and they do carry over. Actually,
Which is
I
super
think it
cool.
was I think it was one of the vendors. I think it was one of the vendors. The vendor, the side deck, the side
Yeah.
deck. They were there at the event and they said that they stopped doing physical tickets at Yu-Gi-Oh events. It's only digital, and they transfer over to other events. And I was like,
Why did they
do
do that for
that.
One Piece? You know.
Do that, because then you
There's
can
less
actually
incentive to sell them too.
try to build up to these big prizes.
Mm-hmm.
Because like if the tickets are non-transferable to another player, but they carry over, you really have to grind. You really have to grind to get the prize that you want. Now, the only thing that kind of sucks is that like say someone's really say there's a bunch of people who are really close to getting that big prize and they all like continuously show up to a prize wall and like nearly clean it out as soon as they get there. But to be fair, they had to grind.
They had to grind
They
to
had
get
to
that.
they had to grind to get that. So like on one
Yeah, good on them, really.
on
It's
one
like,
hand, good on them for grinding it out for so damn long to get the prizing, but on another hand, they would have to increase the amount of stuff that they have on them
Mm-hmm.
in order
or
to make
increase
sure.
the ticket count for the
Yeah,
prizes.
I think it's just like in order to like make sure that they don't get cleaned out of like a certain prize as soon as the event begins, right? Like I think they could do that.
Yeah.
They could try to have more product or something.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah, definitely.
But also I feel like they
All
should
I
have had
know
more
for
product at
sure
this event
though,
too.
Yeah, that was wild. All I know for sure is that I didn't get shit that I wanted for winning 3 rounds with Boa. I only lost to a Blackbeard player too, and it was just like it was just cooked because
Mm-hmm.
I was playing for I was waiting for him to double Jesus, and I was gonna be like, Grab Blade, but
Terrible.
he never
Played
played
around
into
it.
that. He never played into it, and I was like, damn. I was like, I had 3,000 worlds too, double 3,000 worlds for his 5 drops. I was like, yeah, okay. I was like, let me bait him, and now he has to Jesus, and he still didn't do it, and I was like, nah. I was like, I'm cooked. I was like, if I play the singular grab blade and he double Jesuses me after, I'm definitely cooked. So I just had to leave like a 5 drop on board.
Yeah.
But it was good stuff. Other than that, oh, we got KBBQ afterwards too.
Yeah, we got KVBQ
Oh, yeah.
afterwards.
Oh,
That was really good.
so worth
It was amazing.
And then
I-
we also got Cold Stone after KVBQ.
We did get Goldstone after KBBQ. It
Not
was
me. I was
amazing.
was a motherfucker.
Yeah.
It was
Dude,
amazing.
I basically had a 24-hour day that like from 5 a.m. at like on Saturday to like 2 a.m. on Sunday. I was like cooked, bro.
Yeah, dude. I went to
My-
sleep
my
and it's like, all right, I have work in 4 hours. Oh,
I was
man.
like, I'm still cooked, bro.
Yeah. All right. I want to discuss something because we've been into this format for a few weeks now, right? And I feel like this is probably some of the most fun meta that we've had in a long time, honestly.
Oh yeah.
It's
agree.
so diverse. There's so many decks topping. Dude, in Pasadena alone, there were 7 different leaders in top 8. Like, that's insane. Like, I don't think we've seen that before.
Technically a smaller region.
Still, but
No, it's still good.
yeah, it's still so good, dude. And people are realizing like what's actually good and stuff. All right, the fucking Blue Nami won Pasadena, which is
I
insane. Like
didn't
people
expect that.
keep forgetting about Blue Nami and how to play against it, dude. And
It's that
just-
knowledge
enough-
check.
it's a knowledge
There
check,
wasn't
dude.
enough Zoros, dude. There wasn't enough Zoros.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't enough Zoros.
5.
I feel like Pluvy doesn't have a bad matchup in Nanami either, though. Because like
So
you just
lamp.
start sticking these really big bodies on board, right?
Yeah,
Mhm,
I don't
for
know,
sure.
but I mean that shit won.
you won.
That shit won. It
Our
won,
friend Alex
battle.
was talking about it too, and that he was perplexed because he was like, "This is just a normal ass Nami list."
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
I was expecting to see some spice, maybe like a Blackbeard tech or two. No,
The spice melange.
the spice was playing Nami itself.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, this person also won the last Pasadena regional with Nami.
They did.
I got
They
collusion.
also, they also won with Nami, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I'm playing.
Dude, it's
They're good. They're a good player.
Yeah, they're
Navigating
a good
Nami
player.
through this meta is insane because it's like you run into Blackbeard once,
That'd be rough.
it ain't
He
gonna
just like
happen.
me for real, playing the same deck, refusing to switch.
Yeah, I respect it. There's some Nami gods out there.
Mm-hmm.
They're just hidden from the rest of the world.
Mark, I
They're
feel
all
like
in
you've done a
Skulltown.
lot more locals than what are your thoughts on this meta right now?
Our man on the ground, Mark. What's
Honestly,
the locals has been like?
going back to what you guys been saying about jungle meta, like it's yes very diverse. I've lost a good amount to just straight ass decks. Like a good amount of the players that are local tabletop love to cook. So you're never really ready because you can get the same amount of players that know and want to play the ins and outs, like the tried and true, like Shanks,
Mm-hmm.
BDIF version of Shanks. We have like control Shanks players, and that's like susceptible to being able to be read. But I lost recently like X2 in the locals because I ran into Gabe's red yellow Sabo.
Mm.
And like you would be surprised at like the versatility of its like toolbox meta decks like that, where it's just play life cards off life trig, 1-to-1 bodies to be able to bump your leader and bump your bodies and just add them back. And I got stuck in a loop where I couldn't kill him because if I did, I'd give him trigs. But yeah, no, the meta is still very diverse, and there's there's a lot of like flexibility in terms of what you can and can't do,
Hmm.
but it's still relegated to having like still your BDIFs like Shanks, Zoro, Luffy's still in here. We have what's the other Smoker.
Smoker.
Yeah, I definitely like. Obviously, I'm going to be biased and put Lucci up there because of tried and trues, and I definitely think Dofi deserves its place too. Because I
Oh
mean, that's
yeah.
Yeah.
as prevalent as it is. We see the results. We see how many Dofis consistently top. It's there.
Well, I
It's
was talking
definitely
about this with our number one supporter. Andrew,
there.
aka
Shout out
Toe
to
Muncher,
Andrew.
aka Torta Panda, Torta Founder, aka Trash Candy,
He Torta
uh,
Pounder. I forgot he
Torta
changed his
Pounder.
name.
But he was like, "What do you think the best deck in the format is?" And I was like, "It's Shanks," and it's like it's not even close because like basically all your matchups are winnable. Like
Yeah,
every single deck you play against, you
Hmm.
can beat. You know what I mean? Like barring you bricking or like not
shakes
seeing when
hands.
the card, yeah, barring Shank's hands, and even then it's a 50-50, right? Like,
Who bricked
and it's just
harder?
about who,
Yeah.
yeah, who bricks harder, who top decks better, right? Um, and then I was like, but I think Lucci is a is a, above the rest of everything else. Like it's like the second best deck because Lucci actually only loses to Shanks, and it
Yeah.
actually just beats everything else.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
when you think about it, because it's the only other deck that when it sees the right cards at the right time,
it's hard.
you will
Yeah.
beat, you
Hmm.
will beat everything.
Yeah.
Like, no
Removal is
question.
I
still
can agree.
broken.
Yeah. No, I can
Oh
agree
yeah.
because especially with the recent gameplays, like it felt like the diversity that I played didn't even feel bad. Like I've played last tourney, I played Gabe or other Gabe. There's too many people that are locals at the same name. Adrian's, Gabe's,
Abe, Andrew,
yeah, Andrew,
Adrian,
yeah. So other Gabe that plays Blackbeard, he I was able to consistently play against him and do
big old
good.
doinks.
Big old doinks, yeah. I played him. We did. It was like a pretty like even match, but knowing how Blackbird is as per piloting it myself, I was like,
Hmm.
okay, I just need to spread my board, and I was able to get a game off with an 8K Mancherry swing.
Oh my god.
I just uploaded that
Uh,
video, and so I was able to get that, and even against shout out Curl TCG as per always. Our game was close. It was literally just a judgment call. And if I made another 50-50 judgment call, I would have had that one. That being not gambling with my life. I need to seek the
Mhm.
gambler's hotline. But
Hello,
but
Gamblers Anonymous.
but basically that, and I just really agree with that like that statement. Like people who are comfortable with decks, especially in a jungle type meta, and i.e. being Lucci, Shanks, or even Dofi, like decks like those that still have like a very common place with their power, with like power creep and the ban, really proves to show that like they stand tall in the meta. Like obviously BDIF could be relegated to what anyone else thinks, but I definitely think comfort and functionality in is what makes your deck BDIF. Because
Yeah.
anyone
yeah.
could hop on
Agreed.
Shanks. Anyone could hop on Shanks, just play curve and do good. But
Yeah.
understanding like those curves and what optimizes those curves is what makes or breaks those matchups. Because
Hmm.
I've seen some
Exactly.
like I feel bad for
Some
Amir. At that last game I played against him, I had 10 cards in hand that were all bricks when I was playing my Lucci list. But you just play with the hand that you're dealt, and you're able to just like milk out the game slowly because we love milking. I love milking. Who doesn't love
I
getting
love
milked?
milking.
Milk. Oh.
Okay.
But yeah, it's so bad. That's so
so
but realistically speaking, yeah, from a competitive, from locals to regional to just overall pie chart like statistics, really just go what you're comfortable with. Because there's obviously people who, like, I didn't say Eustace Captain Kid or Yellow Kid, Piss Kid would be like BDIF or a contender deck because it's not that it's hard to pilot, but it takes a lot to maneuver around this meta because there's a lot stacked against you.
Hmm.
So it
I agree.
takes like a good matchup spread and I really, really tight fundies to be able to like know what's the best card to play because there's so much shit that just shuts you down in
Knowing
that
when to
deck.
use
Yeah.
leader ability too. It's just like
And yeah, I had to learn that the
too
hard
many
way.
people
When
just
to
go,
flip,
all right, go second, play basil on curve, do leader
flip,
ability, and it's like,
yeah, it gets trashed, and then you get kind of get like you kind of get bricked. I mean, yeah, I'd get bricked if I
You
get
get
trashed.
bricked.
You kind of get stuck in a position where it's like, oh, I have a face-up life, and the rest of my cards don't become blockers, and it feels bad. I feel like I'm playing an OPO1 deck,
mm-hmm.
so it's like, yeah, but it's going back to what I said. It's ultimately about how you play your deck, how you can complement your playstyle, and how that not only adapts to your local scene, but overall into like a regional setting.
Yeah.
I was talking about this with Panda too, though. I think that with Kid, there could be a shift in how you like how you approach the deck. Because right now it's a lot of just play shit on curve, make shit a blocker, and fucking just
Yeah.
stall out the game until you can play your big drops. But
Yeah.
like setting up for I think setting up for your big drops is more important. Like establishing blockers and stuff like that, and preventing your like preventing trigs from occurring too early by like playing out violas to flip them face down, giving yourself another opportunity to use leader ability by flipping your
Yeah.
life face down, and just like setting up so that like because sometimes you have to stick a really shitty card in your life with law. It's like not
Yeah.
always gonna be like sometimes you're just sticking like a drop kid in there, and then they go, okay, well if you don't have another one, I'm not gonna swing at you, and you
Yeah,
just kind
Yeah.
of start losing from there. So it's like setting up other blockers, I think, before you play the law is important. And our good buddy Jake was playing Hino Bird Zap, and he was cooking he
oh
was borderline
Kino
playing
wait,
full
Kino
control
Bird
piss
Zap
kid.
crazy.
He was borderline
that's
playing full control kid, and he was doing really
that's
well
kind
like
of good
early into the
actually.
regional.
I can agree with that card because of the fact that like realistically, I find a lot of a lot of plays get punished for swinging select because you don't want to give them a lot of cards in hand to be able to respond.
Yeah,
Or if you hit a
it's not
trig,
that you
that
want to
fucks
play a
everything up.
starve gameplay. It's that like kid has a very defensive ability that allows you to play for the late game. So sometimes you have to prevent your opponent from getting too many resources. But Hinobird's that basically makes it so that you can swing good numbers while also punishing their board and being like,
Yeah.
oh,
And
you wanted
10
to counter
Dawn
this
sounds
5 early.
crazy. Yeah,
You go,
that's good.
you play the Hinobird's Zap, and then you play the kid, trash their life, make it a blocker, draw a card. Like
That's good.
Pretty
he
Yeah,
good.
said
I
that
can
he was playing into Lucci and that he killed like multiple Utas and Rebecca's, like with
Damn.
Hinobird
that's
Zap and
yeah.
Gadatsu.
I
And I
Because
was
mean,
like,
that's my issue. I like Gidatsu, but I don't. But it's like running these amount of removal that are based on your opponent's life and committing two cards in the form of Nami or committing a 5 Dawn curve like play in the form of Gidatsu. Like it sounds good on paper, but it's just like if you're already playing the burn game like that and you get like the curve basil, it's like which do you weigh? Which do you want to contradict?
yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you can play Basil and Hinobird Zap going second too. And
Yeah.
it's like
Yep.
your 7 Dawn plays are stronger because it's like sometimes when you play Law on 7, swing 6, and then like heal 1, it's like hella bad. You're like, I just
Yeah.
Yeah.
established a 7/9 and it doesn't really do anything though except be a blocker. And it's
Yeah.
like and then you have no other place for like your top end, so it gives you really good like toolbox mid-range options that like weren't there before. So I definitely think that like there'll be a time for kid to shift. It's just that right now it's hard to make that shift because like you can't have like hard tech cards like that when you don't
Yeah.
actually know what you're gonna go up against.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, like we're sure we're gonna get like consistency boosters next set, but I definitely think with the like the inception of that next Capone solves a lot of the issues of the deck. Because then that enables you to play kind of like a mouth breather, because he can definitely just go like 4 Dawn, play Basil, do the leader flip effect, and then next turn just go 6 Dawn, do both Basil again, flip the life face down just in case if they didn't swing at you, and you got not
Exactly.
2 blockers but 2 Basil Hawkins. That's
Yeah,
not bad.
2 Basils like
Yeah, that
and
component does really help with the deck too, because then it allows you to just take life too if they decide to try to remove your board.
exactly. Like I feel like the only times I've really lost a kid is when they play like when they see infinite basils, like either in their
Yeah.
life or on board, and I'm like, damn, this fucking
Yeah,
sucks.
one hit early into Basil Trash into Kid, especially if you're a multicolored leader too, like that hurts.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you're 4 life dual colored leader, you're like, wallahi.
No, fucking like,
Yeah.
all right, they play Basil, and then they block, and then they play Nico Robin, and then they play 8-drop Kid.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
Gulp.
Mm-hmm. All right.
On,
Real quick, because since we last got together for an episode, and I'm saying real quick because we're already over an hour. We're like an hour 10 in. But new leaders for OP12. Very exciting, I think, so far.
Very, very exciting.
Roger, I want to see what Roger does.
That's
Let's-
OP13.
OP13, yeah.
No.
But
Yeah.
let's start with the first. Like, I'll go in like reveal order, and we'll give like some quick
Yeah.
thoughts about it. So first off, Silver's Rayleigh, red leader, 5 life, 5k power, former Roger Pirates. Per the rules, you cannot have cards with a cost of 5 or greater in your deck. No Rush Luffy's, no 8-drop Rayleighs, no 10-drop Shanks, no Ben Beckmans, like 4 or below, right? So another animal deck, basically. Activate main, once per turn, you may reveal 2 event cards from your hand. Give up to one of your characters with a base of 4,000 or less, plus 2,000 power for this turn.
When I read this leader, I was like, look, this is one of the leaders in the set that you go, all right, there can't be 6 good leaders. There can't be 6 good leaders. Because, like, look, you have to jump through so many hoops to make this work, right? First, you have to have a lot of events in your deck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because in order to activate your leader ability, you have to have 2 in your hand.
Yeah.
I thought, my brain was like, oh, this would be sick if it's like for reveal up to 2 events for every event you reveal plus 2k to a body that's 4k or lower. That would be cool, right? But then they were
so
like,
it's
not.
ace almost.
Yeah, right. Like you reveal
Yeah.
you reveal up to 2 events, and if you and when however many you reveal, you plus 2, like each you plus 2 up to that amount of characters
Right.
with 4k or lower. That was my thought process when I first read it. I was like, oh, maybe it's mistranslated. No,
No,
no, it's literally just play Zoro, dude.
Just play Zoro.
Just
yeah.
play Zoro. This leader reads like you want to be like playing like the Zoro package. Unless they reveal like some really insane cards that specifically require your leader to be like Roger Pirates, and then also have like really really strong effects, I don't think this leader is going to be that good.
Dude, all the events are gonna say too. They're gonna be like Divine Departure, where it's like
Modal.
main, main or
modal.
counter.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
modal. I like modal like effects in this game, and I wouldn't be mad if like they made more of those events specifically for this deck, so that you could do multiple things with your events, right? Especially if
Yeah.
it's a deck where you have to be playing a lot of events.
They started to do more modal events recently because we have Divine Departure.
Yep.
Gear second.
We also
I love
Gear's
it.
second next set.
Gum Red Hawk, or Red Hawk? Is it Red Hawk, or it's the one where he's like punching Doflamingo in the like stomach or whatever?
Oh,
Gauntlet?
the yellow one, right?
The yellow one.
Yeah.
I think
the one
it's,
cost yellow
It
event.
is Yellow Red Hawk. Yeah.
it is Yellow Red Hawk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a one
Yeah.
cost.
Yeah, it's a 1 cost. That's also modal. But yeah, I love them.
Yeah.
I love the thought of modal events. I think they're awesome.
Yeah, but those events
Um,
basically have to be like power. Oh, like all the ace
Yeah.
events are gonna be like power creep now with like this leader. It's like if your leader Silver's really, like plus 3k to your leader, KO at 10k power, get double attack, double attack and vanish.
I just think like that's kind of what the events have to be, right? Like
They literally
it would have to be like so it's gonna be like if your leader is like Silver's Rayleigh, or if your leader is Roger Pirates, it's gonna be like counter like plus 3k, and then activate main is like for each body that has 4k power, that has a base power of 4k or lower, give it like +1.
Yeah.
Uh,
Basically, all the events that you reveal have to scare the shit out of your opponent.
Yeah, because because you're giving them information. Not only are you giving your opponent information, but you also have to have two potential bricks in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
Two
if my
potential
opponent's
bricks
gonna
in your hand.
know what I have in hand, they better know that I'm gonna double attack banish them on turn 3.
Yeah, like
Like
that's
you know what I mean?
that's
Like
kind of that's kind of what I think about this leader. It's just like
do you have
it just plays Zoro.
You know what I just
Yeah.
thought about? Sorry, like it's completely sidetracking here, but
Yeah.
you know we have not had a mono black leader since OP09.
Oh,
This
you're
could be
right.
the set.
This could be the
This could be,
set, but also maybe they're saving it for OP13 because there was that leak that said that Emu was going to be a leader.
Oh, the
Ooh,
emu leader.
yeah.
Probably
That would
Emu.
be
That's
mono
true.
black.
That would
That would
definitely
would
be
make
mono black.
sense.
honestly.
But,
Flip your deck upside down, destroy your opponent's deck.
Yeah, play with the top card of your
What?
deck revealed. But yeah.
Oh, you're per the rules. Your opponent plays with the top card of their deck revealed.
Mm.
If Lucia stays
Once
Bro,
per
you're the
turn,
world
trash a
government.
life. Force a card from the top of your opponent's deck to the trash.
If your character, as per rules, if your opponent plays any character with the rule of D, their effects are negated.
Oh God.
That would be funny as fuck.
But anyways,
Yeah, next leader.
now let's move on to Kuzan.
Kuzan, ice cold motherfucker.
I want it to be good.
I want it to
really
be good
want it.
too. I think
I gotta see the support.
it's another one of those leaders that's like we gotta see the support for it. But here, let me read it out. So Kuzan, blue leader, 5 life, 5k power, navy. When your navy type card's abilities cause you to trash cards from your hand, draw a number of cards equal to the amount discarded.
That's not bad.
And that's it. And I feel
It's kind
like
of absurd.
it's kind of absurd, yeah, because now Aramaki ability is free, basically. The 2K Tsuru effect is free. Gion is free. Like,
Yeah.
and it gives me a little bit like Sakazuki vibes, where it's like, oh, just cycle a card. You can cycle multiple cards now.
That is how it feels. But you're in mono blue, so
The card pool is very
You already
limited for
did it.
Navy.
Mono Blue
Yeah.
already cycle cards very often.
the card
Yeah.
the card pool's a lot more limited. Blue navy is like not as like supported, I guess. Like there's a good amount of support. There's a good amount of support because
good amount
Saka
of cards.
there's a good amount of cards, but not
cards.
not a lot
Good
of them are
support.
gonna work with this deck though,
Yeah.
right?
Because the thing is,
Nah.
yeah, because you have Hound Blaze, you have fucking Grab Blade, you have
Tashigi.
The
This
light
deck is gonna
sword.
play-
Yeah.
This deck is gonna
Amino.
play the 3-drop what is it, 3-drop Hina, the one that draws you a card.
Oh yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Cycle.
This deck will be
just
playing
go to one
that.
card deeper.
And you know,
like, I feel like all it needs is a 5-drop that says on play, trash a card, bottom deck a 1 cost or less, like blocker.
Yeah.
Like, you know the Bartok
Yeah.
blocker that came out this set? Just that,
Oh,
but
yeah.
navy, and you just trash a card just so you see a new one. I feel like that's all it really
Yeah.
needs, and then like deck is pretty solid from there.
I think
Yeah.
So-
All your top end is just gonna be a removal.
because you have to think
When
about
the leader
all,
got revealed.
all the Blue Navy stuff was meant for Sakazuki. So
Yeah.
Yes.
hopefully they make new
Yes.
Navy stuff that can actually cater to the mono blue Navy leader, right?
There's only one card they truly need to make for this blue navy leader, and it's a reduction card. It's a cost reduction.
Like a 10 drop on like attach a Dawn -1 to everything. Like that's how much
No,
it is, right?
No. We were talking about this in the car ride up to Pasadena.
Like they can't
it's
they
blue.
can't do reduction in blue.
It's blue great eruption. Reduce the cost of one of your or trash one card. Reduce the cost of one of your opponent's characters by 2. Then if they have 5 or more in hand, draw 1.
Oh, so you mean draw 2?
Yes, with Kuzan. Yes.
Stop.
If your leader's navy type, so it only works for
You
Kuzan.
can't have that.
Blood's
you can't have
cooking.
that. No, you can't have that.
All I do is kill.
Let me
I think the card. Well, hold on. Let me say one card I think the deck needs. When I first saw this leader, I was like, wait, does X Drake just look at the top however cards of your deck and rearrange them? And I was like, damn it. For some reason, my brain thought X Drake was Sabo, where you draw 2 and trash 2.
They did
I was
reveal one Navy card so far though, which is a Rosinante 1-drop during your
Oh, that card
opponent's
is
turn.
nice.
If one of your blue Navy type characters was to be removed from the board by an opponent's effect, you may instead rest this character and discard 1 card from your hand.
Oh,
So
the
you get to
card's crazy.
cycle a card, yeah.
The card's crazy, yeah.
Not even just in blue Navy. It's like I feel like it's just crazy in blue. It's another Rosinante protector.
Yeah, but
No,
well, it specifically needs
protects
the
blue,
character to be navy.
and blue.
Yeah, the card has to be blue and navy type. They learned their lesson from 2-drop green Rosinante because it can protect anything.
And Tashigi.
And
Tashigi being able to protect any green character is actually kind of nasty.
See, but that's the difference. Tashigi says green. Rosinante doesn't care about color.
But those two cards in combination
Rosinante's
with each
inclusive.
other, you go, oh, you're trying to
doesn't
kill my
see
Rosinante? Rest Tashigi. Oh, you want to swing into Tashigi? Block with Rosinante.
Anyways,
next
we can
leader.
move on to the next leader.
One that I'm actually pretty excited for because it kind of is
so
just
hyped for this one.
Power Cred Kid, dude. Roro no Zoro. Mono green, 5 life, 5k power, Supernova, Straw Hat Crew. Dawn ×3. Activate main once per turn. If this leader has battled a character during this turn, set this leader as active. Then, for the rest of this turn, this leader cannot attack characters with an original cost of 7 or less. So it can still attack with an 8-drop kid.
I love
with every card reveal, 8-drop kid gets nerfed.
Bro, I love this leader. I want to play it so bad. I want to play it so bad.
Skip 11, I want 12.
Dude, this is the first green leader that I've seen that I've really wanted to play. I have not seen a green leader in a while that I was like, oh my god, I want to play this.
Wow, you're actually kind of right there. As someone who played Green Kid and like excited for all the other green leaders, and it's like, yeah, I think GP Doffy was the last green leader.
Oh.
I wasn't even hyped.
That deck was poo-poo.
I wasn't even hyped for GP Doffy. The last like green deck I really, really wanted to play was Kinemon.
And he did play that deck. He played the shit out of that deck.
I loved Kinemon.
I got cooked by Richard on Kinemon. But yeah, I think having Basil Hawkins on a fucking leader ability is just like you're swinging. Dude, it's still the same scenarios as like OPO3 Lucci or just Green Kid again, where you swing like attach. This time though, you're swinging 15, not 12. You're swinging 15 until lead. They have one blocker. They have to block when they're at 0 life. And it's like, all right, leader ability, restand, 15 again.
Dude, I'm so sorry. The support that this leader has as well is actually insane.
It's insane.
The support that they gave this. The Kuina is crazy. The Koshido is crazy. And then they gave it the Perona Searcher that searches for green events. Bro, this deck
slash characters.
Slash characters. She searches for the new green Zoro, the one that came out in EB02. That card's very good. That card's very, very good. But then it also searches for fucking Electric Luna.
What the fuck? Oh, you're right.
This shit searches for Electric Luna.
That's insane.
You can play Electric Luna. Demon Ashura is searchable. So, oh my god, dude. This deck is cooking.
This deck is cooking.
My opponent...
Oh, I actually just read this Queen of card. What the fuck is this? You may rest this character, rest up to one of your opponent's characters that original cost of 4 or less. Then attach up to 3 rested thought. Wait, what?
Yeah, and the craziest thing is, right, is that this Kuina has the Koshiro that protects it. Because the Koshiro says if one of your cost 5 or lower slash types would be, other than this character would be KO'd, you can just rest this character instead.
Yeah, I'm playing Green Zoro for OP.
Also, this is probably a deck where you play. You probably play Tashigi as well, right?
Ooh, she's searchable because she's searchable because
she's slash.
She's slash, dude. She's searchable by
I'm
this
just
deck
saying.
is cooking.
I'll never not say
this.
this.
Is
Cavendish
slash as well?
It is.
Cavendish is slash. 3 cost Tashigi special because she's in Smoker's.
Oh, is it special because she's in Smoker's body?
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's fine.
It's fine. It can't be too broken. Can't be that broken.
You still play it. You still play it. Look, I think this leader is going to be cracked regardless, in my opinion, because I'm a huge lover of Basil Hawkins from the starter deck.
Dude, yeah, I love that card. The card's so good.
The starter deck Hawkins. When I read this leader too, I was like, leader effect dodges Bonnie.
Yeah, because he doesn't restand on attack
That's a
or
battle
when
It
battling.
doesn't restand. It doesn't restand right away. You get to choose when to restand it. I was like, this is actually hilarious.
It's kind of
This
funny
is
how the evolution of like green supernova leaders are like, oh yeah, green kid, and then like, oh, kid is now being replaced with Bonnie competitively, and now probably Zora's going to replace Bonnie competitively. So
I don't know if Zoro replaces Bonnie because the playstyles are extremely different. The
yeah,
playstyles are really, really different. And I will say if your opponent is like dealing with your board as Zoro, uh it still makes it pretty hard to clear an 8 cost kid when your opponent like has like double block or something and then like whatever else. Like if
mm-hmm.
they have like Toshigi plus like Rosinante, or even if they just have like double Rosinante and 8 drop kid, like you're still kind of in a cook scenario.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um but
Hody.
no,
Just kidding.
but no. Yeah. Hody, yeah. Either way, leader seems awesome.
The
I'm
leader is
excited.
awesome. Let's move on. You know, this is for if you ever wanted to actually play a Law tribal deck. Don Quixote Rosinante,
Ooh,
purple yellow leader,
I
4 life, 5k powered Navy Don Quixote Pirates. Once per turn, if your Trafalgar Law were to be KO'd, you may add the top card of your life pile to your hand instead. Then activate main once per turn, Dawn -1. During this turn, the next Trafalgar Law you play from your hand with a cost of 4 or more will have its cost reduced by 2. Pretty sick.
Only got one thing to
just-
I
say.
like it. I like it.
I didn't.
I
I actually really like the leader. I've seen some people already play around with the given card pool of laws, and they said
There's a
even
lot.
with like, yeah, there's
There's
not
actually
only
a
is there
lot.
a lot, but like the leader effect is generic enough to be able to actually support the deck. So given the support is not only solid in of itself, you have good curves to the cards, and like 7/9 law neutrals this card's life.
Dude, they knew this shit was coming because they made the 1 drop law from OP09 search for not 1 drops. It did not say that it couldn't
Ah.
it did not say that it couldn't search for Trafalgar Law. They said it can't search for 1 drops. So it can still search
Ooh.
itself. You can still
Oh,
And
you're
search
and
you can
right.
search other laws.
Mm-hmm.
Core Zone searches that one cost law also.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
that's what and I
right.
was like, dude,
Oh.
this deck will
Double
have
search
double
already.
searchers. This
Yeah,
deck
that's
has
already
double
really good
searchers.
off the get start too. And
Dude,
like
four
that's not
four
bad.
drop blocker law. 4 drop blocker law in this deck is really sick.
Oh, it's
Because like
searchable.
if you have any other law body,
your life.
yeah, you can just
You
like
block. You just go.
yeah, your opponent swings into like another body on your board that you want to keep alive or something, and you just block with that law and then take the life anyways because you want cards in hand.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I will say though, I don't think right now that the 7 drop law is as good. All we're missing is a yellow law that says trig heal one, trig, one of your opponent's leaders or characters can add
Well,
attack, or trig ramp active dawn. I feel like
well,
that's the
fingers
only thing missing.
fingers crossed that by then we get that 2K law promo.
yeah, that's
Because
true.
That one's good,
Japan
but
has that. They
Yeah.
have that.
I
it
wish
just
we
That
get
I'm
that
card's
here
saying
too.
missing one more, like one more
because that
law
card
that
has
says
a
trig.
that card's trig is like play this card, no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I think if you have the same or less amount of life as your opponent, you play this card.
Which you're
Yeah.
probably gonna have the same or less if you're playing
Mhm.
this deck.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Nah, it needs one more law that says
I-
trigger ramp.
I can't wait to see the
We're
support
gonna
for
get
this
more.
one. Yeah, like this was
We're gonna
is
get
very
more.
interesting. It's actually intriguing how they literally made like a law tribal leader. I think it's funny.
Okay, so how many
about
different
time.
laws do you think we get in this set?
In
Ooh
this
my
set
God, there's a
specifically, I think
lot.
we only get
There's-
2.
I think too.
Yeah, I don't think
It's an SR and a rare.
it would be diabolical if they only gave us 1, but it has to be 2, and I think
There's already one revealed, I believe, right? Yeah, there's a 4-drop law.
Yeah, it's
Was
a
there?
ramp. It's a blocker ramp if you have less or equal Don.
Oh no, that's a promo. That's a promo. That's a promo.
that's a promo
Oh.
card. So we don't know if we'll
We
get
don't know
that.
yet. Yeah, we don't know.
Damn, promo sucks.
Yeah, I hate that they keep making these promos that work with leaders that are supposed to come out in that set. It's like part of me thinks that like they playtest with the leaders and then they're like, oh, ship the product, and then they're like, oh, wait a second, they're like, this leader needed a little more support. Make a promo, make a promo, make a promo. They make the promo, but then they don't realize that like at the moment our distribution for promos is so different that we get a little bit cooked on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we not even
But
just a little bit. We get hella cooked.
but I think by the time OP12 comes out, I think we're gonna be pretty close to the like simultaneous release stuff.
Simultaneous release.
So maybe we'll catch up on promos as well.
Because remember back in OP1, like the tournament packs were promos, strictly promos.
Yeah, they were.
And then like
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know when it changed because now they've just been doing like the rares / commons or uncommons in the sets that we don't get the promo cards anymore. So it's like the only time we get them is like pre-release. So like we got the promo buggy, right?
Yeah, the promo buggy.
Or regionals. And I think that's about it because like it's very hard to get a hold of these promos in the West. Like I kind of wish I could play. Yeah, if we had that law, the Supernovas law, it's like I would definitely play more kid with that.
A lot of these promos being locked behind regionals makes them pretty hard to acquire too, because they end up costing like exorbitant amount of money.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh,
Audio?
Dude, the audio. To be fair, audio got like bought out like the moment that Lim won or whatever, and it jumped to like $80 or something.
It's
and then
crazy.
And then like, but now I think it's stabilized at like 40 or something like that. But
That's
even
still
then,
a lot.
that's still too expensive. That's still too expensive.
Still a
for
lot.
promo.
What the hell?
It is a lot for
A
a
promo?
promo.
By the way, a promo that will still be available for every regional, even up until the Vegas one. I was looking it up, and Vegas still falls within season 1.
Oh wow.
So these promos are going to be very abundant.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be all over the place. So I'm
So you're
not.
saying I should sell mine now?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't need it right now, I would sell it.
Yeah, are you gonna be playing Lim anytime soon?
Hell no.
Yeah, if you're not playing Lim anytime soon,
Comment down
I would
below if
just
you want to
sell
buy
it.
my audio.
All right, there's one more
Alright.
leader that they've revealed. It's only 5 leaders so far. No black
This is the
leader
last
yet,
one.
and I'm really hoping
And
this
he's
black
cooking.
leader's good, dude. Because like, as much as I love to play Lucci, I kind of want to see variety in the black leaders. Okay, we do have Kobe in OP11, but it's like, let's be honest, Kobe is a red leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially now that Moria's gone. Red
Yeah,
leader
for sure.
Oh yeah.
So the 5th leader that they've revealed is Sanji, blue-purple straw hat leader. Activate main, 4 life, 5k power, straw hat crew, bin smoke family. Activate main once per turn. Dawn -1. Activate up to 1 straw hat crew type event from your card from your hand with an original cost of 3 or less. When attacking, if the number of Dawn on your board is equal to or less than your opponent's, add 1 Dawn from your Dawn deck as rested.
I actually like the leader, not gonna lie.
It's pretty cool.
It's interesting, yeah. I think so.
It's pretty cool. At
Because
the moment, there's not a ton.
There's not a ton of events.
There's not a ton of events, but these are the sets where they will get their support. So I don't expect them to not receive like a good enough amount of support. Also, another freaking leader that will abuse Gum Gum Giant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's perfect.
another leader that will use Gum Gum Giant. But to be fair, right now, like at first when I was reading the effect, I was like, oh, but when you Dawn -1, like you're gonna like you'll get like equal amount, right? And then like what do you play off of it? Like what are like right now there's not a ton to play off of it besides like some of the like Dawn -2 like events or whatever.
If they could
Like
do,
some of the like Dawn -2 events.
If they could do,
By the way,
like,
which you still have to pay. If you
still
play
pay
an
the
event,
cost.
yeah, if you play an event that has Dawn -2 and like the activation requirements, you still have to pay that. You just don't have to pay the Dawn cost or whatever, like the 3 Dawn you would have to tap or something.
Don't worry, guys. I got the sauce for this deck. You play 1 cost Nami that searches events on attack. And that way you can draw peel off, and then you use leader effect, play peel or
You can't play peel off.
or not play peel off with leader effect, but you still search it, draw 2, and then you use leader effect on whatever you draw off the peel off.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it that this leader does that. Like, you're definitely playing the one-drop Nami that searches events, right? Because this definitely seems like a leader where you're going to be, like, activating at least one event a turn.
When you do that, you can search Giant, unlike with Law.
Yep, you could search Giant. Debating on, like, what is, like, in this deck and, like, how this deck is going to be played. I don't know if, like, the Zeph is like indicative of like what this leader does, because like the Zeph getting like rush when you have like less Dawn or something, I'm not sure if that like leads me to believe that this is like some sort of aggro strategy that they're trying to lean into, where like they're gonna make an event or something where you like plus power or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure.
Diable Jambe.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe like a purple Diable Jambe type effect. It'd be interesting.
No, because then BP Luffy would get it too.
Oh God, I forgot. We can't do that. We can't do that. Don't do it, Bandai. Don't do it.
And Marco would get it because he got 9 costs on Sanji.
It actually kind of sucks that like all support that this Sanji leader receives is also technically support for BP Luffy.
They have to hit Giant.
The Zeph is not functional in BP Luffy, but at the same time, it's just like, yeah,
that's a dangerous.
They're gonna make some Straw Hat events, and it's gonna be like bullshit with BP.
Wait, why is the Zeph not usable in that deck?
Because it's if your leader
you
is
have to
Sanji.
less Dawn.
If your leader is Sanji. If your leader is Sanji.
Yeah.
Oh.
TCG
like any other support.
I kind of wish they just made like a Bara TA Sanji leader. That would have made so much more sense rather than another purple Straw Hat leader.
Oh my god, then we could have like a real blue East Blue searcher.
Dude, like
this is his outfit from what is it called?
Onigashima Raid.
Yeah, Onigashima. This is when he's fighting Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that fight is so sick. God damn.
Dude.
That's why I'm thinking dude's Diable Jambe event. Oh, no. and it's gonna have an alt art.
Oh, that'd be so sick. You know, okay, here's a thought that I had. What if they made a set with leaders like Straw Hats before there were Straw Hats? Like actually have a Brook leader with Rumbar Pirates typing. Nami with Fishman Pirates typing. Like Arlong Pirates, right?
Yeah. Interesting.
Or Sanji with Bara TA. You could do
too creative. Get him out.
Too creative.
He's cooking too hard. Get him out.
Like that, I feel like that'd be interesting to see rather than like
Pirate Hunter Zoro.
Yeah, Pirate Hunter. That'd be so cool. Like
that would be cool.
That would be dope. But unfortunately, Bandai go easy game.
If your
creative.
Your opponent's leader is a pirate, he dies.
And your opponent also has to forfeit all the money in their wallet.
Yeah.
What's the jurisdiction on Kobe? Is he a pirate or a Navy man? You know?
Nah, he's a Navy man.
He was a pirate initially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but right now he is the hero of the Navy.
He is the hero.
He is the
AU.
All right.
God.
I think we covered a lot today, boys.
Oh yeah.
I think the last thing we can briefly touch on is just store champs. Just they're coming up. They're coming up.
I'm playing Lucci.
What will we all be playing?
Lucci.
What will we all be playing? Lucci?
Yeah.
My first one is this weekend at Rare and Sleeveless. Wish me luck. I'm gonna try.
Me too.
I'm gonna try my best. I am my brain is extremely biased right now. By the way, I will make a hit tweet in like 15 minutes after this post, after we finish recording. I got my third 4-0 with ST21 Luffy.
Hey man,
dog,
that's all you need.
It's making me biased, dude. It's making me so
32
biased.
players. That's 5 rounds, right?
It's making me believe that I can do it with this leader.
It's 5 rounds.
32, 16, 8, 4, 2. Yep, 5 rounds.
It's making me believe that I can do it with this leader because multiple weeks in a row I have gone 4-0 with this leader. It seems very strong. Games are close. Games are close. There's only a few matchups where I feel like, oh, I just like obliterated that dude. There's only a few matchups where that happens, but I think I'm gonna play it. I think I'm gonna play it for the first or regional. I'll see how it goes. If it doesn't go my way, I'll play a different deck for the second one that I participate in. I will be judging the one at Brute Force Games next week on Wednesday, and then I will be participating in the Tabletop Tavern one, not this Saturday, but next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be in the RNS one this Saturday as well. For this one, I'm gonna be playing Red Green Smoker. This is gonna be my last hurrah because like the problem is like I didn't want to play the 8-drop kid build because I was like this deck is boring, so I went to Pasadena and I was like, it's boring as hell. I played the aggro version and honestly, like I said, it did well. It's just that Shanks is very good into aggro decks when you're playing the control build. Like it's very very strong. Red Hawk and Rayleigh is like the obliterator of going wide. But I'm gonna be playing the 8-drop kid build. Just getting in reps now. Went 3-1 today. Got fourth. Not bad.
Very good.
Beat 2 Luchis, by the way, as well.
You
know, my hardest matchup for sure. And what you call it? So I'm gonna play it this Saturday, and then for next Wednesday, I'll be playing at the Brute Force one. I'm probably playing ST21 Luffy or Shanks for the rest of them. You know what? Next Wednesday, for Richard, I'll play ST21 Luffy. And then at the
he will not be able to participate, so I will take his deck.
I got you. I will take your place. And then for the tabletop one, I'll probably play Shanks. I think it'll just be fun to switch it up because it's like, hey, I got 3 more chances to get my Nats invite this year in the same month. I might as well use this opportunity to learn as much as I can if I'm going to be playing back to back to back like this.
Yeah,
like in a high competitive environment, you know. Because this is a debate that a lot of people have, right? Like 4 or 5 round tourneys versus like 10 round tourneys. Like how many of your opponents are actually competitive? And we've seen the SD scene come up. I mean, we had Zeke Kuhn get top 16 at SD regionals in last November. We saw our boy Greggy top 16. Multiple people at our locals went to Nats. You know what I mean? So I definitely think along the lines of like, hey, maybe 5 rounds around the people that I play against, probably more competitive than 9 rounds at a like random regional, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use this experience to dog on them, get my Nats invite.
What are you playing, Mark?
I'm not in any store regionals. Yeah, I didn't sign up. Yeah.
Oh,
no.
Well, honestly, it's because so Mike and Jimmy asked me to retake my judge exam. So I'm gonna see if I can retake my judge exam and judge for the event. So because they don't have a judge. It's I was in class when the signups went up. But if I were to, probably still be Lucci. I'm just on Lucci's like my comfort deck because like I get bad hands and Shanks. I get Shanks hands way too consistently, even with like the B&B lists that everyone runs. So I'm just like, I'm good on running red for a little bit. So I think if I were to play anything, it would definitely just be Lucci. Lucci is still my spot.
Yeah,
fair enough.
I'm not doing this Saturday's store champs at Rare and Sleepless. I actually have a performance that day, so I'm busy with something else. But I am doing Brute Force and Tabletop, and I'm playing Lucci both times. I can't say no to this deck, dude. I know it so well. I know the lines. I know if I'm fucked or not by turn 3.
And we believe in you.
Yeah, gosh. We were joking about this earlier in the month before the bans, right? It's like, damn, if this keeps up, I'm gonna play Lucci for a whole ass year, dude. Like,
now you actually have hit a year, haven't you?
Well, because
you actually have, yeah.
OP07 is basically OP11. If we're following the cycle. So if I play Lucci for OP11, which let's be honest, I probably will. Because it is apparently it's pretty good against or it has a chance against BP Luffy.
Get it out. Kill the fucking leader.
That's what it's gonna have
get
to
out.
take, man.
Take the leader out back and shoot it.
We'll see. we'll see what the OP12 Black Leader is going to be like. Because I mean, I was excited for Kobe, but then like Kobe just wasn't my actual play style. So
Fair enough.
we'll see. All right. Oh, I'm getting eepy. All right, boys. Good shit today. And
Good shit,
everyone
guys.
else, what is it? Like, follow, subscribe, leave a comment. You know, anything helps us out. We're always super
Call to
grateful.
action. Call to action.
Call to
Put it on
action.
screen.
Yeah.
Call to action.
Did you know that only 5% of you are subscribed to the channel?
That's a recording. Kill it.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, take care, y'all. Have a good night. We'll see if actually any of
Have a
us
good
get our
night.
Nats invites, guys. All right.
Wish
Bye,
us
y'all.
luck.
Wish us luck.